What is up, everybody? How's it going? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing what's been on my mind for a while, and that is the discussion of why video games aren't fun anymore. Now, first off, let me say that this is my own opinion, and that you guys might have differing opinions, but this is from my own experience, and I'm going to be sharing that with you. And so I started playing video games ever since I was in middle school, and my first video game I ever saw and ever played was Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube. And ever since then, I've been playing and seeing the gaming trends and the new video games that have been releasing everywhere from the early 2010s all the way to the late 2010s and 2020 and now and everything between. So I've seen mostly everything on PlayStation side, but I have been following Xbox and Nintendo as well, and seeing all the gaming trends and the games they have been releasing as well. So the first thing I want to talk about why I think gaming isn't fun anymore to me, and it has ruined my experience, is competition, the competitive nature of all these games. And I have noticed this throughout the years, especially around 2014 when League of Legends started, is that everything now has a ranked mode, and everything, it's all about playing and being the best. You have to be the top player, and it's always about practicing in order to beat the other player. And it's not what it used to be as a casual game. And I'm a casual player. I don't like competition, and I don't really like competing or just challenging games overall. And so I've seen this for the kids that were born maybe 10 to 15 years ago, they only have a very broad view of what gaming is, especially ever since the microtransactions have been released into the games. That's all they know about. And they haven't really seen the games before then. For example, Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the original game, where you get to play as the clones and the droids and just have fun, and it wasn't about anything else added into the game. No competition, no ranked. You just played and have fun. And so I think that is different. Now, and I feel like the games nowadays, sorry, my nose itches, but games nowadays just have been ruined by that. And um, it's all about ranks, and it's all about leagues, and it's all about getting to the next division and stuff like that. And so I feel like that's one of the reasons I feel like games have been ruined, because they have a competitive nature to them. And that goes for the same for Bloodborne, and it goes for the Dark Souls games, where it's people love dying over and over again, overcoming challenges. And for me, I don't like that when I'm playing a video game. I like that in real life, but I don't like that when I come home and just want to casually play something. It's just not my style. And so it's very different, because it's not like that what it used to be. It used to be where you just bought a game, enjoyed it, experienced it, and you're done with it. And I feel, and I'll get into that more later, but I feel like games now are more competitive than ever, and it's all about being the best and winning, and you just can't hop into a game and have fun. And for example, Fortnite, you can't just hop in first time and win. You have to know the map, you have to know what guns to use, you have to know what circle is, how many players are left, you have to know the layout of the area. You have to know everything about the game in order to win, and you have to keep on practicing it. Now, that's kind of the strategy for every video game, but it's more specific when we're talking about battle royales and competition games, is that you have to know everything about into the game. And has anyone noticed that when you go into a video game, it's not you just go in and play. Now it's having complex tutorials, even though it's monotonous. Up, look down, reload, throw a grenade. Even though it's been in the video games for 20 years, they still require you to do it. For example, I have no idea why. It just bugs me. But that's kind of reason number one. Reason number two, and I think I had three reasons overall, so I'm on number two, is the monetization of these games. They are so heavily monetized that it's so frustrating to get into them. For example, if you play Call of Duty Mobile, and this goes with every mobile game as well, you can't just go in and play. You get hit by maybe 3 to 8 screens saying, "Do you want to buy this? We have a special on this." Blah blah blah. And it's so complex that it's not what it used to be, because so it's so frustrating to get through all these menus. You can't just go in and play the game. And developers are finding new ways in every single way they can to make you spend money on the game. Whether that's Fortnite and they tempt you with every single skin pack, and I don't really have a problem with that because it's a free to play game. But the other game is like Call of Duty Cold War and Vanguard, where they do skill based matchmaking. They play you against and match you against the best players, and it's frustrating because you have to spend money in order to get an advantage. And I feel like that's manipulating you to something you shouldn't have to do. And so that's kind of one of my reasons. And it's just the monetization is overgrown, and you have seen on my YouTube channel that I hate the game industry, and I still hate it with all my might. I hate the game industry, and that's why I support old level games where they don't have aggressive monetization. It's fun, full complete story, and I still play PlayStation games because they have no monetization. I can go and play Ghost of Tsushima from beginning to end, no monetization, and just upgrade weapons, skills from beginning to end and have a great experience overall. Same with any other PlayStation game. And I feel like that, and it's great doing that. And so, I'm sorry, I adjusted my camera there for a second. But I feel like that's with every PlayStation game. Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War. I could just go in and play and just have a good time. And it's not about all the monetization they cram into the game. And Nintendo kind of does that with the DLCs, but it's a little less than what other developers are doing. And developers, the biggest ones that are doing this in terms of monetization are EA, Bethesda, Activision, Ubisoft, Square Enix, where they add stuff into a game you already paid for, and that's not really fair. And so that's the second reason. The third reason I want to talk about is unfinished games, in that they try to hype you up. For example, Cyberpunk 2077 is the best example I can give, where they hyped up a trailer so much people were excited to buy it. Once they buy it, it was so unfinished that people are upset, especially with the old generation like Xbox One and PS4. I think PC and new next gen were fine. They didn't have as many bugs and glitches, but man, it was unfinished, and people were very upset. And that's why that's the third reason of why I think games aren't fun anymore. Is because once you buy the game, it's unfinished. You have to wait in order to finish it, and in order to actually have a fun experience. And it's kind of like the No Man's Sky approach, where they think everyone could be like No Man's Sky. Start out where it's a buggy and glitchy mess, lie to the public, and then fix it later. And I hate that mentality. That's why I rarely buy video games, is I just don't trust them anymore. I don't trust it. It's going to be buggy. It's going to be having full of glitches, and I can't trust their experience. It's not right to have that. It's not right to keep on doing that, because if you lie to the public, they're not going to see it the right way. And these are the three main reasons of why I think gaming isn't fun anymore. Because it's not just a simple game where you can go in and just enjoy the experience casually. You have to be forced into monetization. You have to be forced into competitive nature, which isn't right. And I feel like you have to always be the best, and you have to buy packs, and you have to just wait for the game to be fixed. And some people can agree with me on this. Other people might not, because other people might have a posse and a group of friends where they play a game, and that's fine. And I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, everyone should have that experience. But if you're doing it solo and you keep on losing in the competitive game, you're not going to be having fun, especially if your teammates are bad, because it's all about the competitive nature. It's always about winning, and I feel like that's just not right. And I feel like in order to have the best experience, you have to have fun casually and just play the game of how it is. And it's just not fun that way. And that's why I think gaming is ruined for me, and why I play mostly old games, because they have no aggressive monetization. They have a full and complete story, and it's just simple. And now there are good games out there. They're just not my style, and I don't reference it as much, like Destiny, Borderlands. I'm trying to think of like other games that everyone else plays. CS:GO, where I get that they're kind of good games, but they're just not my style. So, and I talked about that in a past video, and I think that gaming is just turned to a different revolution, and it's different of what it used to be back then. If only today's kids would see how different it is from past games and how great they are, they would easily reject the gaming industry today and change it for what it used to be. And that's why I just think it's better that way. So you guys might agree with me, might disagree, but these are my thoughts about why the game industry is not good, and why video games aren't fun anymore to me. And so if you guys have any thoughts about this, or if you have any experiences similar to mine, please share it. And some of you might like the game industry as it is, or might not. But this is from my own personal opinion of what I've seen, and what I've seen throughout the games, throughout the years, my experiences, my thoughts, my emotions through all this. So you guys are welcome to share in that experience. But that's kind of like my opinion. And sorry the lighting isn't as good in this one. But this is kind of like my opinion of all. You guys are welcome um, to share with that. But thank you so much for watching. And hopefully you guys are doing well and enjoying life, and hopefully work, school, or um, family, or all that is going well. And hopefully I will see you guys in the future, and I'll see you later. Bye.